Hello everyone, welcome back to another Timberborn playthrough. This is the long video. Welcome to the long video of Oakenwood Permadeath series. We've created new rules in this Permadeath series as we've gone, and I think a lot of you will know my turmoil if you've been watching along long enough that this is now not really turned into a Permadeath run. This has turned into a crazy creative run with all the stuff that we've been doing, and I'm really excited to actually see some of these builds, well, be built. But we are still running permadeath rules, and you join us in a 94-day drought. We're on day 27. Well, sorry, 27 days left of that drought. 21,000 water in the main colony. 435 food. We kind of worked out that they're going to die of starvation before the water runs out. They might survive. We started putting water back into that crater to grow some crops, to keep as many alive as we possibly could. I'm very optimistic. I wasn't when the drought started. I thought that was the end. I'm optimistic that these beavers in this district are going to come through. And I think it does bring into question other permadeath rules that we've got. One of the rules I can do is stop the import and export of goods going through district crossings. That's why metals failed, and it's why food has failed. I think when we do this properly in the next one, when we build a map specifically for it, we're going to make that a rule that districts are a part of the whole colony, and we cannot control the import and export. Because I guess they kind of turn into that idea of sacrificing districts when you go down that route. This is all an experiment, though. This is the first time I've created content. It's the first time I've created any content, but certainly content with this game. And I've learned a lot, and we've learned it together, and we are now in June. And we've started this last, I want to say October, November. So we've come a long way together. We've learned a lot. We've destroyed a lot. I've killed a lot, and want to avoid that in the future, certainly as we go with this build. So let's go and take, as we do on all of these long playthrough videos. These run for about an hour and 20 minutes. And then we have the highlight video, which just focuses on the main builds and the main interesting things that we've done. You can probably hear that I'm still a bit ill. That will not stop us. You might hear the microphone get muted on and off, but believe me, that is for your benefit and not for mine. So you don't need me to hear me coughing. Let's take a look at where we are. We had to turn on the water dumps in the crater to get the trees, the berries, and the crops to grow to give these guys some food. And I know that says 400, but I know it's not. It's 10. There's 10 food in this district and 21,000K. The rest of that food that you see there is over in metal. Permadeath rules, I am not allowed to move beavers between colonies. Once a drought starts, I can't move them. They have to stay where they are. So that food, I can't access. Otherwise, right now, I would be sending all of these beavers across to food. I would let them eat, and then I'd bring them back. That's what I would do. It would keep them alive. That's not in the spirit of what we're doing. And 63 beavers is a lot. It's a lot of beavers. They are not going to survive that long. I mean, this could actually kill them off if they don't eat or keep themselves going. But while I can see it, we're going to take advantage of areas that don't have crops in. So they're doing all they can. They're doing all they can. That's what's happening down here. Apart from that, not a lot is going on, really. We're going to leave them alone. Over in food, well, again, they all died. So there's no beavers alive in food. There's no water. There's no food, which is kind of ironic considering the name of the district. That's where we are. They did manage to build the Badwater discharge cover, which allows this to be water now, and we're going to use this reservoir that's being built here as dirty water. This isn't drinking water. This water is going to be used to keep these crops in food alive through a drought, and maybe even this down here alive. And I think I'm asking too much to keep this alive. This reservoir did keep this alive while it was on one block. You can see that these water pumps here, is it one or it's probably 2 blocks that these water pumps can't get to, and that all disappeared, keeping this alive. What I am going to do though while I'm here is I'm gonna, oh, it is closed. Which one is open? I know there's one open. I think it's the one underground. And just, I think it's this one that's open. Yeah, it is. We're going to close this just because for when that starts up again, I want to make sure I get as much water in there as I possibly can. They did some work on this in food, which is great. Let's have a look at what's going on with Robot, the bot district. I mean, they started building it. Look at this crazy aqueduct. I mean, this does actually look really cool, though, doesn't it? This looks awesome. Hey, we got a little statue in there as well. That's great. Totally worthwhile building that when they're all dying of starvation. But this does look good. I think what I'm gonna... Oh, they are building it. Fine, it's just metal blocks that are missing. And the reason I got them doing this is because I want them to focus on Reservoir 3, and because we built bot and destroyed this, it would have... How do I explain this? If I build that block, it's now in the end of the line of stuff to be built on a normal priority. I built the original aqueduct and this together, so it was all in line and they'd build it all together. But then when I destroyed the aqueduct to build bot, this went to the back of the line, which means they will never get across here in order to get up high enough to be able to start building the scaffold that goes around this thing, which is obviously not what I want to do. But then looking at this and how much they have built down here, I think they've done all of this in here. It looks like it. So while I'm here, let's deal with this. We can now fill in this hole, and is that meant... Hold on a minute. There is a massive part of this missing. A huge part of this missing. I must have... Oh, do you know what? I must have destroyed it fixing this and didn't rebuild it. Okay, well, that's fun. Right, we're going to come back here. We're going to come back and fix this. I've got this massive hole in Reservoir 3 where I obviously fixed this waterfall because I know I built that wrong and I forgot to rebuild it. Let's go and have a look at metal. Metal is looking great. Let's go and check underground because they've done a great job there. What we need to do is extend that path, and they will keep going. So they go 10 blocks before they say it's out of reach, so then you have to build a path to get that back in line. And they haven't done anything down there, which is a surprise, but they've had no explosives, so there's nothing we can do down there. And I imagine that is the same narrative that we're going to see. Yeah, we're going to see the same. Although they've done... Oh, I tell a lie, they've done a lot more. They've done a lot more down here than I thought they would have. Well, you can see how I built this now. As I said, they will destroy the thing that comes next in line. That's why you're getting this weird pattern down here. But we're just going to build some paths to allow them to get around and keep blowing that up so we can build our extract factory down there. That would be good to see that go. And that's where we are. We're not going to talk about this at the moment. We're going to ignore talking about this. This, on the last episode, is our steampunk new district. I mean, this thing is just beautiful. If I was excited to see robot being built, look at that. That is gonna look fantastic. Right, we're not gonna get caught up there. I spent the last 3 episodes on that, and it's still not finished because we've got to use dynamite to blow all that out. We're gonna speed up time, and we're gonna, well, first of all, see if they make it. I mean, they're still being born, and food is a problem, and there's nothing I can do. I can't put beavers over in metal. That's against the rules. I'm not going to sit here and stare. What we are going to do is go and fix this. We're going to fix our reservoir 3, and it is a little bit annoying because, as I've just said, all of these new blocks I'm adding are now in line after that new district is built. So I'm going to have to make them I'm going to have to prioritize them. Anything I build now that's affecting this, I'm going to have to prioritize the build. Otherwise, they're just not going to get around to it for a very long time. I don't know why I did that, though. Why did I do that? Don't know why that's there. I'm just going to delete it, and I don't know. We'll probably work out why that was there in a minute. Let's just carry it. Oops. That's not going to work for me. There we... Oh, that's... Oh, what's going on here? Oh, this was my... What was I... This is obvious... Okay. Well, in order for this to work, that needs to have... This trough is taking water directly to metal districts to, on day 1, get water into it. Well, not yet. It's meant to be day 1, but it's certainly not going to be, based on how slow we've seen everything else work. We are going to have to think about this reservoir and how it works. Carrying on our... If we carry on our sort of permadeath world... it looks like there was meant to be another pump up here. And we are, I do promise you, and I've said it on a few episodes now. I am going to obviously finish this build and let them build it, and then we're going to use those aquifers that I've banned on permadeath. So we can see all this working properly with all of the water. But while we are doing this permadeath thing... What are they getting from that? Treated planks and logs. We, Oh, God, what did I do here? This is horrible. This is... I know it's too far from the district. Right, you go there, and then I would have... Not big enough. 3... No, a series of unfortunate clicks. Do you think that's a book? I should write a book called that. Right, I have no idea what the book will be about. I mean, it doesn't... This stage doesn't really matter what this is, does it? Let's try and make it out of as less as bits as we can. It's going to need a 3. And then we're just going to finish this off like that. And then put the deck back in like this and finish that off. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to make this a priority build. Because of what I said before, it goes to the end of the line. So that is all of that. Was that all of it? I think it was. I didn't... We will see pretty quickly of what I did. if that's going to work or not. But all of this here probably needs to be priority. I think that will do. I mean, we'll as they build that, we'll work out pretty quickly what works and what doesn't. What I do need to do is create a staircase. Oh, that staircase is going to be a monster. Absolute monster. We need a staircase that goes up to the... Oh, do we need a do we need a staircase or do we need a lift? I think... I'm going to try something I've not done before. I'm going to try and build a lift. And it has to take us up to a good... This corner looks like a great place to try this experiment out. So normally I would build a staircase that goes up here to the top of this, but we're going to try and do it with the metro and see if it works. Because the staircase is just, it's going to be an absolute monster build. And I think I can probably do it quicker and easier with one of these, but I want the path to come out there. Which means I am going to have to build a... Well, we need a platform anyway. Okay, let's think about what I'm doing. I need a platform up there. So a platform, to build a platform... 3 out that way. 3 out that way. That goes there, which is right. And then I'm going to want them to priority build that central run to then get to that. So we will make that a priority. And then we will bring this... In fact, I'm going to make all of this a priority. I want to see how this works. And then all we do is create a lift. Comes all the way up here. It goes... That they'll be able to... So these guys will be able to build this. The challenge here, they can build off the metro line. The challenge is here is to build this freestanding structure to allow this to work on its own independently without them saying, I can't reach this. So this design allows them to build the support. This, and all of this from this metro line, and then this. To then build that, to then build these, which will then start the trickle effect of the scaffold that runs around the edge here. And yeah, we're going to let them do that, and I'm excited to see what happens. We're not going to get any of the metal blocks because all the beavers have died in metal, not for another 18 days. Probably what I might end up doing is speeding up this video now we've done that, and getting to the new water, because when I know that they're going to survive, I will then put them in the other districts. But I kind of want to honor what we're trying to do here. But we can do some dynamite blowing. I shouldn't really do that bit. I could do that bit. Okay. I mean, I could do that bit. It's not going to hurt, is it? Well, that bit definitely won't hurt. I can do that one. If I do that one, is it a problem? No, it's not a problem. We'll do that one. Pop. That was fun. Okay, bring a path to there. I can reach that one. You demolish those stairs. Okay, that. What I do need to do now, though, is put a path through here and through there so they can reach that. Okay, that's all the fun we can have there. Done. While we are in drought, let's go and see what dynamite they did. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I can't blow any of that. I could do that one. Whee! One. No. All of that I can't do. It's annoying. Can I... Am I missing a... Missing a tooth from there, look. Let's make that a priority, otherwise that's going to annoy me. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do in that one. There's nothing I can do over there. There's nothing I can do there. We are not starting building anything silly right now. But I am probably going to speed up time. While we wait for these beavers to do what they need to do. 16 days, 19k water. I'm actually, while I speed this up, I'm going to turn on this district. Let me have the information for this district up. There we go. Because then that will change all of these banners into the information that we need to see. I'm actually surprised they're actually getting more food with 59 beavers in. That surprises me. I'm actually quite surprised that they've got that much food with that many beavers. So now water becomes the problem again. Water might be the thing that they run out of, but we will wait and see. Right, speed up time. See you in the future. I want to get them all working immediately. And in order to be able to do that, we need to get water into food. And I think to do that more efficiently, we're going to turn on the sluice that's under here. It's a bit further down. There it is. Let's open that up. There we go. Now let's put 10. I'm going to put 10 in. Going to put 10 into metal, and we're going to put 10 into food. Sorry, my voice has got a bit funny. I'm still not well. I've got this cough I just can't shake. And you don't want me coughing down the microphone, so it keeps muting every now and again. Believe me, if you could hear how bad my cough was, you'd be thanking me. But let's focus on what we're doing. We've got 10 in food, and we've got 10 over here in metal. But let's just make sure the crossings are still working. So that's got beavers working that crossing, and that's got beavers working that crossing. And if you remember on a previous episode, that's kind of where I fell over. They were not working out of food, and they all starved to death in the central colony. And I was lucky I spotted it, because that would have been a permadeath. We were in the middle of a drought. I can't shift beavers in a drought. Right, okay. Water's pumping. We need to start storing water. So let's turn these on. There we go. Get some water straight away. Is this all? Okay, it's all turned on, but we need... I'm going to make one of these priority, because we need to get some beavers in. I kind of want to continue this build over here. I want to finish it. And an easy way for me to do that is to take the dynamite out of here. And I think I'm going to do that to speed up that build. So we're going to take all of this dynamite to there. Yep, there's nothing silly in that. I probably should have made sure that there were actual beavers working in the build before I did that, because they're not. That's great. Okay. Okay, that's not ideal. I don't think I've got any beavers that are currently building right now. Let's reduce the amount of beavers working on this to 4. And hopefully... Okay, we've got 2 in there. They're going to be able to start grabbing that stuff. Let's reduce that down to what it was before. And then hopefully, probably this all degrades now as well, so I've got to hurry up. I was praising them of that build that they added that. I liked that, but now it's actually going to work against me. I'm not sure I like it anymore. We've got enough materials to build these stairs, and then I can actually see 2 beavers getting resource from the top scaffold there. So they are doing it. They'll build that step. There we go. Right, now they can access all of it. You can see them up here getting it. I just hope that they're going to start bringing it down here, because that's where I want them to be, so I can carry on with that build. I don't think I've got any... I've got this stuff up here that I built. They might take it up there first. And that's where our Repopulator with us. That's our end game that's happening up there. It's exciting stuff. Need to focus on that because I would quite like to endgame this playthrough sooner rather than later. Water's filling up. I might have to try and get more beavers on that because I probably destroyed too much dynamite trying to reach that goal. Boy, this episode's going to be a bit dull. It's always the same when this happens, though, isn't it? I've got 4 babies in there, so that's working well for me. I don't have any in here yet. Did I? Ah, okay. Let's put water delivery back on, please. Need that. I want to see some water. They're delivering extract, which I don't want them to do. Wow, just realised my microphone was off. So you would have just heard me fill in a little bit of narrative there, but quite honestly, there's not a lot of narrative to fill in. All we're doing is trying to get them to put dynamite on our new district up here so we can design some more of it. But in order to do that, okay, think about what I'm doing. Think about what I'm doing. Let's make these really important. I know water's really important, but we are collecting it in the reservoir right now. So let's pause these. And then we've got no available workers in the district. Okay. Let's get those. Okay. Can't really see anywhere else we can pull from right now. Well, what I do want to see is if these are being... I can't see any evidence that they're bringing too far. Oh, hold on a minute. I don't think it's... Oh, it's not. Okay, it's not connected, so they're not going to do it. Ugh. Oh, that's a mistake. Easy way to get there. It looks like this would be an easy way. To get there. All right. Was that a good idea? Do we have treated planks? Yeah, we got loads. Make this a priority, please. Okay, and finish that off. And that means they can access that side. They still might not be able to access the other side. Just yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build up like this. That goes in there. That goes down there. Goes down there. Goes on there. All right. Make this a priority. And then we should be able to Is that the food district? I think it is. I think I've just made that in the food. That's the food district, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. I'm totally spun around. That's not the food district. You two get there. How did they get there? Weird. Okay. So once that staircase has been built and that one has been built, we're going to be able to access both sides of this, which means we can do that dynamite, get the platforms in. Because I want them to be floating. We've gone to so much effort designing that central piece. I want to keep the theme of this being a floating platform city going, including where the houses are. And that sounds a bit odd, but I want to take as much space under there for water storage as I possibly can, and that's the real reason for doing it. Might be able to hollow it out. No, I couldn't do it. This is what we're going to do. But you guys are going to be really stuck there, aren't you? Oh, I know how you got there. Okay, I can see what you did. Let's get them out. Oh. Yeah, that was fine. 2, 1. Let's get them out of that hole. Okay. That'll get them out of that hole. They've built the other side, so they should start to be putting dynamite in. Hopefully. They're still building staircases. Okay. Well, I guess we're getting some new adults being created because of that increase in this stuff. I'm going to lose a lot of this stuff, aren't I? Because they're not collecting it. Because they're too busy building staircases over here. Oh boy. That's okay, fair enough. It went that way. Oh. Built that staircase and they just went that way. Fine. I'm not offended. It's okay. That's what you wanted to do. Do those. Oh, we're going to lose all this resource because these guys are not doing what I want them to do. I guess I could. I can't afford to lose all of that dynamite. It's going to take me too long to get it back. So we're going to just create these in a lower priority for now until they've rescued that dynamite. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do this. Okay, that hopefully means that they're going to, yeah, they are. They're going to focus on getting this out, which should be my core priority, because this is going to waste so much resource if I... Why are you doing that? Whatever. It would waste so much resource just letting them ignore that. Okay, getting the dynamite. Boy, I'm sorry for this. This is not the most thrilling content in the world. I've got a feeling I'm going to fast forward through a lot of this and be dubbing over the top of it. we are where we are. It was a bad drought. And after a bad drought, it takes a while for us to get the numbers back to where they need to be. I love how they're putting dynamite in here. That's great. Is there a reason why you're doing that? No. It's just because they've got it in storage and they're transporting it around the colony. That's just great. What are they putting in? We went out of extract. No, we've got loads of extract. Yeah. Well, to be fair, this is going to be increasing the amount of our adult beavers that's coming out of here. I am going to force these to be builders, though. I know this isn't great practice doing that. We still never did take those trees out. Why not? They didn't cut them because they're not marked for cutting. There we go. It's because I left a beaver up there and he didn't do it. No, we now know why. Okay, in 3 days we're going to lose all of this, so it's not good. Getting more beavers coming into these. What we got going on over here? We've got 17 now and 4 babies, so they are populating. 13 and 6, so they're populating. I might, just because of what we're doing in the other one, just send. I'm going to send the babies and the ova to Oakenwood. Just because I want to get this, I want to get these guys building. I don't want to lose all of this dynamite that I took out. Probably shouldn't have took out that massive chunk. Okay, well, they're shifting it now. And are they putting it where it... Well, they won't be putting it where it needs to go because I decreased its importance, didn't I? So... All right, let's put back in the 2. Shift that dynamite down. It should just make a huge pile there, which it has. Great, they got it all before it ran out. Now, hopefully, they've got all of that and they're going to take it and start putting it here. Which they are, and then we can go back and finish our insane colony build. I love it when a plan comes together. They're going to finish this bit first by the looks of it. Here we go. Okay, decided not to finish that, but I guess that's okay. We're going to do that bit now instead. Good. Permadeath rules. If I blow up a beaver, they're dead. Ah, what is that? Oh, okay. just unearthed. I don't know why I'm surprised about that. I knew that ran through there because of. Okay, so that's not ideal. But that is there. It. Okay. For now, we're going to cap that. And we're going to deal with it later. Because this metro is not going to be needed because we're moving all of this once metal's got its things sorted out. Its processing plant for Badwater. Now then, let's make this important. Down there. Not too bothered about down there because that's far enough away. Okay, and it looks like I've missed a line of ones. There. Make that. Like that. Okay. I do love the waterfalls on this. They look great. Now, we want to create an illusion of a floating dock, which means I want to build the slab one away. Probably have a bridge go over to it. That'd be cool. So that there, it should be there. Well, I think I need a 1. And then we should be able to put our plate. Am I 1 down? Yeah, I've got 1 down. That did need to be 2. Okay. We can put our plate over the top, like that. Can't do 2 plates. Is this probably appropriate to use these smaller ones? But it is there, because I can see that's going to oversail that. I think it's going to be that one there. Higher. Like that. Okay. And then it's this one here. Like that. And then we're going to have some houses. First of all, we want to probably put a path around the edge. Like this. And then we want to put some houses in. Do we do the big ones? Yeah. Do that and do that. And then do that and that. That's quite cute. And I could put one on the top, but I'm not going to do that. We're probably going to put a fire pit or something on top of this. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to put one of these. No, doesn't work, does it? We don't have any hospital beds. I know that for a fact. We'll work out what to do up there in a moment. This is going to have a little pathway. goes across to it. Like this. And we need somewhere for the metro to come in. Maybe the metro works at the back there. Does that take away the idea of it floating if we put the metro station on land? Probably. Metro station probably needs to be in the middle. Put it there. What we're gonna do is, I don't know how far this is gonna go. I think it needs to come out another 6. I think it's you. I've got to be careful. I don't want it to come out too far. I think that's another 3 there. Yeah. And then oh, this side is going to get extended though, isn't it? Oh, okay. That kind of changes everything. Oh, it changes everything with the build. Oh, okay. Destroy this. Take this out. We're gonna have to build this properly, like it is in its final moment, which means it comes all the way out there. We need to destroy this. Take this out. Actually, no, what? We'll leave that in for now, and then we'll put the dynamite in like this and like this. Okay. That goes away as well. Just put one on there, get that down to that level as well. Now with this looking like that, I'm going to remove these plates and we're going to put in the big plates. Then I think oh man. Okay. Concentrating quite hard. Great. Okay. No. Oh no. Okay. Oops. See me right now, I've got my concentrating face on. This is taking quite a lot of brain power, surprisingly. There we go. It's a bit ugly, but that's my plate. Now we've got that laid out properly, we can look at doing this. So we're going to have a path around the edge. And that means we want a pathway down the middle and create some sort of feature. But I want to bring in the metro would have been great to bring in there as a 3. It could come in sideways, or we have it at the back here. Let's put in our water pumps, because we know we're going to want those. Yesterday it went so well building the central piece, and now this just isn't going to go well. It's kind of like one square off working, but that's just the way it is. It's working out this time. Okay, we want the path around the edge. There we go. Got water pumps in. I guess we could always put a little water storage in the middle there. Like that. Does that work? Is that a nice thing to do? Or we could make a little bench area where they can sit and look out. I don't know. Let's This is not going the way I wanted it to. This is turning into a little bit of a nightmare. Not to mention there's something going on. I'm going to increase the fan. It seems to be lagging. All of a sudden seems to have started to lag a lot. Normally means it's overheating, so we'll do that. I need a footpath. There and there. Okay. And where do we bring the metro? Just realised my other fan was on. Just turned that off. The metro comes around the edge. That line is going to come one up. So we could Are you kidding me? That's not a 1? Oh, man. What is going on? This is lagging horribly. Okay. No, that's not going to work, is it? Because... Oh... It does. This would come around this corner like this. This one's going to come around the corner like this. And then we could have a metro station here. Like that. And then... Don't need that one. I did need that one. I don't need that one. And then this does that. And then that comes into there. It goes into there. And oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna need to just go and do this real quick. Something's going on, and I will fix it on the next one, but I'm not playing like that. Oh, it's still horrible. Something else is going on. It's installing updates or something, I don't know, but something's happening. Staircase down into that, and then we would just put another 3. Why didn't that work? Okay, don't know why that didn't work. We will put a platform in here. Okay, I need to go and see what's going on. Something's happening somewhere. This is horrible. Okay, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to give a restart. Okay, we are back. Had to do a restart. That was playing horribly. I don't know what my computer was doing. It has been on all day, so it probably just needed a restart. So we put in a bit of a path down there. We're just blocking out this area. Now, it's not as big as I imagined it was going to be, so we're going to have to be a little bit more clever with the way that we stack this. And I want there to be places where they can have fun as well. On this. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think that's going to work the way I want it to. I really don't. Oh, that 2 space down the middle, 2 squares together is always difficult on this game. It never really works. Got this line that's going to run down the middle. Ugh. It's kind of stumped me a little bit, actually. Oh wow, look how big that is. It's crazy big. Everything kind of works in 3s on this game. Okay, all right. Instead of just kind of staring at this. Let's build to the edge, is what we're going to do. We're going to build, we're going to destroy all this. And we're going to build to the edge. That's what we're going to do. I think I've kind of blocked myself in by doing that. So let's try this again. Okay, get one there. Get one there. Get one there. Get one there. Okay, and then we're going to have the same on the other side of this. So I don't want to go housing crazy just on one area. There, 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 and there, and then they're going to need a way up to them. This, and it's going to make sense on these corners if we put in these magical spiral staircases. That's going to come back to the middle, and then we're going to have two paths that run together here, and then these guys are going to need a front door going into them, and then we can put some vegetation in and put some lampposts in, and then on top of these, do we put water? We need food and we need water storage. So we could create a deck. Let's look at food. We're going to put a food there, a food there, food there, food there. Carry on this path. Oops. Carry on this path through here. And we're going to just give these the staples, the normal staples that everybody else is getting. They've got loads of storage for those. We don't need that. Okay. Now, this should line up with that roof. So if we put another... It's all turning in to potentially be pretty ugly. Berries. Mangoes. We may as well put mushrooms as well. Okay. Okay, and that means we're going to need... Oh, that's not right, is it? They're one. Oh, no. Okay. Messed that up a little bit. Not to worry. Or maybe we do need to worry. That's not going to do what I thought I could do. Okay, this is... Okay. We'll do this. Oops. Don't do that. Do that. Come across there. Come across here. Goes across there. Boy, I need to probably end this episode soon because something's going off on my computer that it's... I normally build bigger stuff than what I've got on this level. So something's going off. The last thing we'll do... Oops. The last thing we'll do is put in water storage. And the obvious place for that is going to be on top. Sped up again now. Something's going on my computer. I need to go and work out what it is. Gonna put these up here. See, this is... seems to have cleared up now. Not sure what that problem was. And then we can put a pathway across here, because that will get me on top of these buildings. And then maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I could get away with this. Let's add those. Those, those, those. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Prioritize water V, you, and you. There we go. So that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a pathway onto the top of these buildings. I've got no hospital beds anywhere, and I'm gonna need them. And then we're going to put fire so they can hang out there, fire so they can hang out there, and then we're going to put some decoration there, and then we will work out what we do with the rest of this another time. But that is how we've got. And we'll do the same the other side as well. We've got our metro that comes around and feeds into our housing area where they're going to be pumping water out. They'll store water up here, and they've got all their food stored here. I do think they're going to need more food storage, but they should also be making quite a lot of mushrooms and things that goes into those places. What I don't have are hospital beds. And I think what I would do is build out somewhere Okay, well, we'll work out hostile beds another time. Let's go and have a little bit of a tour of where we are game-wise. Just because you can see something's struggling. Something's going on, and I need to go and work out what it is on my computer. Let's just slow this down. Okay, that should help us. Right, 69 beavers, 7 babies in our main district, and they are doing good work on the dynamite over here, which is great to see. They are making extract, which is good now. Not pumping, but we have enough water that's reaching into reservoir 2. So that's all working. This is all looking great up here. 19 beavers, 6 babies that are working in this area right now. And this colony is looking quite healthy. They're getting lots of food made, and they're making lots of food which will be shared. And then what's going off in metal? Let's go and take a look up here. 25 beavers, 3 baby beavers, and they're just starting to colonize again, and hopefully, yeah, they're starting to. Oh, there's no one working in the mines yet. That's kind of important because we'll have no scrap metal, but they'll get there. I might even send 10. We kind of need that metal work to go, so we'll send 10 from here across to there. Hopefully, yeah, that's got the mine working. So now the mine is working. That's great. What I need to do is stop these from being priority now, because I don't want to sort of mess up the... Oh, okay, what we are not doing is taking water out because we focused on that build. So let's start the water pumps. Need to start taking water out of here. And this uses a lot of beavers, but we need them, and we need the water. That's quite important. Our research is churning away 24/7, making a lot of research. We don't need these anymore down here. They're useless to me. Now I've got these 2 computers working. It just churns out research. Just leave that going. We need to make sure that we're planting again. So I'm going to make you important because we need trees. And I need trees in there, so I'm going to make that important. And you are going to be important as well. We need to plant those trees. We need to get that going. In fact, we're going to make all of these. Do you know what? They were obviously set to that for a good reason. Let's not ruin the ecosystem that much. We've got a few that are going to plant. That's the main thing. And there we are. I think that's a good place to leave it. And for this episode, it's been a bit strange. Been a bit of a strange one. We've had a few technical issues on this one as well, so I apologize for that. But we did manage to carry on the build of our new district, and those guys are planting dynamite over there, and we'll be able to finish that on the next one. And we are going to carry on with this colony. I do think, though, that I'm going to build the Repopulator and get to the end game on this, and then carry it on so you can see it all finished. I want you to see it all working because we've built a lot together, and I would hate to just leave it, but I think it's about time that we probably focused on the end game for this and focused on the Repopulator, which we'll do on the next episode. Once that's blown out there and they've got all that dynamite in and we can start building the final part of that district, we are then going to focus on building the repopulator and getting these beavers out of here. So until then, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one.